We got another tank, premium tank for Cold War, and it's the form of an Era 2 medium tank. When I first seen the Sentinelle, which is what we're going to be talking about today, I seen the damage 460. I was like, great, another Era 2 medium tank that does 460 damage. Wow, original. But then I looked at the reload. I was like, wait a second, this reload is long. Then I seen it's like, oh, it's a double shot autoloader. Now, I really want a lot of unique and different playstyle tanks to come to Cold War to make it more unique. Very lacking, especially in Era 2 and 3. Era 2 is getting better. 3 still needs something. But, hey, Sentinelle, gotta say, surprised me more gaming. Did not expect this tank to be a double shot autoloader, and I do like my double shot autoloaders. So let's just quickly go over the statistics of this tank right quick. Speed is literally normal for an pretty much average for an Era 2 medium tank. 65 forward, 23 reverse, power to weight ratio 21.67. That is literally the norm. For medium tanks, I'm not going to go over damage. It's 460, like I said before. Penetration is pretty much average, 389, 482 for its premium. It has a high explosive 125. 8 degrees of gun conversion, so that's really nice. Your accuracy is 0.28. Aim time seconds is 2.1. And your overall reload is 14.7. And 2 shots in a clip with a 2-second inner clip reload. So you can quickly do about 920 damage. That was quick math there. Yeah, that's right. 920 damage in burst damage, which, hey, that's kind of good. I like it. 3,300 DPM. I don't remember if that's good. I think it's about average. My play with this tank so far, with the Sentinelle, it hasn't been really great. I have had some really good matches where I've been able to use that double shot autoloader. Let's explain that, why I haven't really been having good matches with the Sentinelle. Now, the Sentinelle is also one... Okay, before I get into that, the Sentinelle you can buy with gold or get it from the war chest or the mega bundle. That's the only way to get this. You can't get those with flags. Alright, we're gonna get that out of the way. I got this through the war chest. So, let's talk about what's been happening with me in the battle with Sentinels. The reason I brought up how you can buy this tank is because the other tank called the X800, the other Cold War of the 4 tanks that came out, this is that tank. Pretty much everybody's buying, especially that one because it's Cold War. All the Cold War people are buying using all their flags to get the X800. Now, if you don't know what the X800 is, it is pretty much a light tank that has a pretty like small gun on it. It's like the Weasel Mark 1 or any of the secondary weapons of like the French tanks or anything like that, or the BMP2. Very fast, very good penetration, decent penetration, and it just erases your armor, erases your hit points if it can penetrate. Yeah, and there's a lot of X800s running around. Now, when there's not a lot of X800s running around, then this tank can actually be really good. I'm waiting for the day for the X800s to just slow down in popularity, people to stop playing them, because I want to see how this tank actually feels like. I mean, this tank does have the capability to ricochet some shots. The armor of this tank, on the whole armor, is 120 at the front. It's okay slanted, and it's 70 on the sides. 120 at the front, in Era 2 Cold War, when everything has like 300 millimeters of penetration, that's not really going to bounce like any main guns. It's going to bounce like the little guns, the BMP2, the Weasels, and stuff like that. And now the X800, if you show them your frontal armor. And that's how I've been doing it. But if there's like 4 or 5 of them just swarming you, goodbye armor. Goodbye hit points. Other than that, this tank's actually been quite fun. I use the speed equipment to put more speed on it and be able to... When I'm able to put both of my shots in, I can rack up damage. You rack up damage really quick, And if you do the build I like to do, where it's armor angling, I don't think this tank can get advanced armor. You do hole patch and supply conservation, and you just survive. It's my top survivability pack. Reduce the damage that you take, which I always do with autoloaders, and for Cold War, I always put the hole patch and supply conservation on to get my hit points back. So it reduced the damage I take and increased the amount of hit points I can get back. With that, the double shot autoloader, especially when you're fighting like other medium tanks, other the MX-30s or the M60s, you're able to put 2 460 shots into their 1. That's always really nice. The most complicated thing about this is really hard to put that second shot in. Most times I can't put that second shot in. It's really hard to put that second shot in. The first shot usually goes in. The second shot is usually really hard to put in, so gotta keep that in mind. Overall, this tank's good. It just can't withstand like any ATGM hits. It really doesn't have armor. It has good enough armor in the front of the tank to protect you against those weasels and small guns. But other than that, it's not going to protect you from anything else. ATGMs, penetrating shots. Actually, you could side scrape with this tank because it's 70 millimeters of armor. Kind of lightly armor, but protects from the small guns from the front. Double shot autoloader, really great for Era 2. More like variety play, which is always really nice. So far, it's been quite good. Just gotta wait for the X800s to really calm down. If you ever get this out of the war chest, or you actually end up buying it, try it out. You might like it. Especially, or if you bought it or you got it and you just don't like it, it just dies really quick. Maybe wait until all these X800s like calm down, because yeah, they're being really annoying right now, especially with lightly armored tanks. Just wait for those numbers to calm down, or this event to end, and they should calm down. Then pull it up again. See how you like it. That's it for this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also remember Slapafish, because when I was not, and peace out. See ya.